Never seen that before in a movie.
Oh my god, he literally just prolapsed. His guts are everywhere!
Fucking hell! Oh my god almighty. Don't forget, folks, before we go any further, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, like the video, and all that jibber jabber. And thank you very much for supporting Invincible Asia. So, yes, back for another audiovisual commentary. Yeah. I'm starting to wonder, are these audiovisuals the right idea, or should we just be doing audio? Do you think people like looking at us? Okay, this is a first for me, and definitely a first for you, but we are going to check out Massacre Video's Blu-ray release of the first Men Behind the Sun, because I have just got in this week Men Behind the Sun 1, 2 and 3 from them. Okay. There are 4. I'm hoping they're going to release the 4th, but this is the first.
All from the same company? Massacre Video?
Massacre Video, yes. So, anyway, this is the first.
Can we introduce ourselves? Because I've now gotten you.
Oh, okay, go on. I'm George from Invincible Asia.
And I'm Mark from the Fan Addict.
Yay!
Maybe George will be kind enough to put my little Fan Addict thing.
Your, what do you call it?
The Fan Addict.
A tag, a hook?
A hook, yeah, a handle.
A handle. There we go.
There we go.
Get a handle on Mark.
Yeah, I got a handle on me.
So,
a new page. No more head over rails. It's all about the Fan Addict.
It is indeed. And much more come 2024. So, this is what we're going to get stuck into. If you don't already have your copy, you can listen to us and find out what our reactions are going to be. This, I believe, is one of the first Category 3 movies in Hong Kong.
The first?
The first or one of, but I'm thinking it is the first. So
warning. It says right on the back, warning, not for the faint of heart. That's the very first line.
Don't read anymore. We're going to get into it. Right, here we go. And play.
Okay.
There we go.
Is this Japanese or?
So it's a Chinese-made movie.
Okay, it's a Chinese movie.
About the Japanese invading China, obviously in World War II.
Friendship is friendship, history is history.
A very nice tag there.
Nice and poignant. Okay.
It is very nice and poignant. So yes, it is about Unit 731, and it's kind of based on true.
So this is like
true events.
The 800.
Oh,
well, I mean, like the 800, it's based on true. Okay.
Yeah. So the
okay, so it is. So there's
footage from the there is footage from this particular area.
See, this is fascinating.
Yeah, and we've never covered a movie like this before, and I think this
have we genuinely not? Is this like the first time we're really delving into like something
history to war to atrocities? I mean, this I've heard about these movies for the last 3 decades.
Okay. And this is the first time they've ever been released.
No, they have been released, but the problem is they have been released heavily cut. Because there's just some really gross stuff in them, and there's a lot of it.
So it's about bacterial weaponry.
Bacterial weaponry, yeah. So biological warfare, things like that, and about how the Japanese Imperial Army were testing on the Chinese, things like that.
So they're clearly going into, I mean, looking at the map there, they're clearly kind of going into remote places, like quite rural.
Oh,
well, is it just, sorry, I just said rural.
Where they've come in over, obviously where they would have come in, I guess, over the border there. Yeah. But also, it's kind of seen today as an exploitation movie.
Well, okay. I'll probably get that sense as the movie goes on. At the moment, it's sort of like a bit of a documentary
It is kind of like, it's like, remember those old sort of 50s cartoons, the black and white cartoons?
Yes.
That showed you how to...
Like the Mickey Mouse Hitler one?
Well, kind of like that. The ones that would have a wee professor or something that created...
like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, like Mr. DNA.
Mr. DNA, absolutely.
Right? So it kind of reminded me of that there. But I wanted to get my hands on these. When Massacre Video were announcing they were putting them out on Blu-ray, a 4K restoration from their original 35mm negatives. I was really excited, and also because they were putting them out uncut.
Yeah.
So,
well, actually, I recently just found out something about 4K. Somebody will probably, if this is not true, correct me in the comments. But I did find something about this. So the original negatives are scanned into a computer, which then uses AI bots to clean the picture.
What am I doing wrong? Really?
That's what I've been led to believe.
I thought it was some poor bugger sitting at the screen.
Like literally cleaning a thing.
Like really
That's what I thought. But apparently that could be the case.
Okay.
But I did hear that they're scanned in and then they use AI bots to clean up the image.
Interesting. I mean, wonderful.
I mean, I would do that on pictures. If you've got a bad quality picture, you put it in to enhance it, you clean it, and it uses obviously AI bots to take out all the pixelations and whatever.
Yeah.
So apparently they do kind of similar thing with video as well.
Interesting.
So,
I mean, I can still see quite some grain in
I
this.
can see it too.
God knows
but you'll never get out.
Oh no,
maybe,
I mean,
depending on how bad the reel was.
That's what I was going to say. If this is the original negatives, the original 35mm.
Yeah.
And from 1988, God knows how well they were kept, and probably not. Like even bigger studios like Shaw Brothers, Golden Harvest, they didn't keep their reels well, and that's why we're getting these.
They weren't stored well.
Of course not. Of course not.
And it's film; it wasn't digital, so they're not going to be.
No way. Yeah, but I think that's what proves to be more fascinating is what they have captured with that, and then when you're making a movie back then, it's probably a movie like this for a Chinese director, not. More so from the mainland as well, to make a movie like this about their history. They're probably not going to think in 30 years my film's going to be
no a cult classic.
A cult classic and cleaned and graded.
Do you know what this is giving me vibes of, this opening here? Have you ever seen the film Come and See, the war film Come and See?
No, but you did show me that.
Yeah, fantastic. And this kind of has this like similar colour palette to that film.
It's almost given me that, when you see...
much low budget than what Come and See would have been.
I would say this is very low budget.
Yeah.
I mean, its box office takings were less than 1.5 million on release.
Oh, in China? Jesus,
yeah.
But
surprising. Then again, especially with the Hong Kong audience, like even Eastern Condors with Sammo Hung, his war movie, it was a failure also.
And it's such a good
film. It's one of his best, absolutely, in his top 3, but the Hong Kong audience they didn't like war movies. They didn't want war movies.
Right, okay.
And I think that's where it
As in, it just kind of reminded them too much of what they had done.
I think it was a bit too close to home.
Yeah.
Well, this would be the Japanese being the villains. And this is a group of Japanese school kids
attacking
a young homeless Chinese boy. Obviously, we can see they're Japanese because they're wearing wooden...
That's to distinguish them.
And tabbies,
Christ above.
We didn't see many people the other week when we were in Japan. We didn't see many people walking around in those. I have to say, we saw plenty on sale, but we didn't see them. But yes, I think the whole storyline is that these Japanese kids, are then kind of brought up then as soldiers, or brought into this youth.
Yeah.
Youth, not Hitler's youth, but the Japanese army's youth, and they kind of then get to see the horrors of war and go through it like that. So this would be the first one, directed by, if I can remember correctly, Tun Fei Mu.
Some beautiful shots here, some beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeously shot, absolutely. And the only thing I know that the other thing that he has directed was part 4 of this.
Okay.
Black Sun, Nanking Massacre. So I really hope Massacre Video go down that route.
Well, it would make sense. Massacre,
Trilogy of Lust.
We did the Trilogy of Lust?
Which I have coming. I just ordered it. They released it in Germany on DVD.
That's exciting. I'm excited about that.
It's on the way. I did get an email today saying it had been shipped. So I'm excited to see it. But I don't know too much more from him. I know he has done other things. A couple of Kung Fu movies through the 80s. Things like that. But for part 2 and 3, which I'm hoping we kind of cover all of them.
Yeah. Okay.
If this proves to be quite a good movie.
Like we did with Iron Angels.
Yeah. Godfrey Ho takes over part 2 and 3.
Oh.
Which I'm quite excited for.
Part 2. How many films did that man direct?
I know.
Like, actually.
I know.
Christ above.
It's crazy. And if you did watch the Arnott interview, he did announce there and give a wee exclusive that Godfrey Ho is preparing a new movie.
I did hear
which
that.
is very, very exciting. So I'm excited to see where this goes as my first Tim Finmu movie.
Okay.
And also as the first Man Behind the Sun, or Man Behind the Sun as their title said. It does say on the DVD cover, or the Blu-ray cover, Men Behind the Sun, but on the screen it did come up as Man Behind the Sun. Part 2 is known as Laboratory of the Devil.
Oh, sounds...
Which sounds even more... sounds like it could be even more twisted.
Yeah.
And part 3 as Narrow Escape. So, and then as I say, part 4.
It sounds like The Great Escape.
Doesn't it?
Probably absolutely nothing like it.
Not at all, no.
With lots of body parts.
But I do know, and I did do a bit of research on this because as I say, I've kind of never had the chance to catch these movies.
This is only something that I heard of whenever I seen it go up online. I'd never heard of this before.
And it's quite a popular... What's that terminology I'm looking for? Not shock horror or not video nasty.
Yeah.
But just one of those types of, like when Faces of Death was popular and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
There was a lot of that Shocking Asia documentaries came out, and they would show clips from these kinds of movies and pretend they were real footage. Now, I do believe there is some real footage. I'm quoting with my fingers. Yes, I'm quoting with my fingers to say that it is put throughout as this, obviously.
Okay, well that's clearly, I hope they're not real body parts because, good God.
I mean, he's happy with his job, isn't he? Yeah.
He's having a real old dance there.
Let's just burn the next leg and
sing. Yeah, sure enough.
I mean, that whole setup looks quite terrifying.
That is horrifying.
Isn't it?
It's like Auschwitz times 10.
It really is. It really, really is. I mean, for being cleaned up, it looks good, but it still has enough jumps and grain in it that actually works for me. But it does, what I was going to say earlier was, we see some of these war documentaries that are released today that have now been restored in colour.
Yes.
That's the kind of tone I'm getting from it. Like it was black and white, and then they've created this coloured version.
Paths of Glory in colour.
Yeah, right.
I don't think it would have the same... I don't think Kubrick's Paths of Glory would have the same kick for me if it was in colour.
No.
Might be a bit too much for me.
Certain movies deserve to be in black and white.
Absolutely.
Look much, much more better in black and white. But yeah, I don't know. I thought tonight I was going to thinking let's do Magic Crystal or let's do The Last Blood or something.
I've always wanted to watch Magic Crystal.
Yeah, something kind of fun and exciting. But when I got these in, I thought, well, I haven't seen it. You obviously have never seen it.
No, I've never seen this.
So let's give it a shot and see. I know the director did get death threats. Yes, death threats when it came out. Of course, the Japanese audiences and people weren't very, very happy about it. How they're portrayed here, that's history. And obviously, having spent 2 weeks there recently in Japan, I can say they are the most amazing, friendliest people.
They're lovely, aren't they? It's such a great place.
Incredible
really
people.
Do. But you know what? I suppose that could be taken, if you go back historically with filmmaking, the Japanese don't like how they were portrayed. Now, there's no denying that for entertainment purposes, much of this may be exaggerated or whatever. It may not be. It may be extremely toned down. But the point that I was going to make was that there are so many cultures within the world that could say that how they're represented in film is not... It has been bias, has been racial, has been all of those things. So this could potentially be this is how they were perceived, and they don't want to be known as this kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, this was made 40 years after the war.
Yeah.
So obviously there's got to be a big change in people there.
Well, yes, but obviously, and as well, I don't think that's really enough time. Well, but it's like how much time needs to pass before you do it. It's like 9/11.
Exactly.
That they were making movies about that within 2 years. I mean, that is shocking. Yeah,
absolutely.
Like there was really no grieving time before the entertainment industry had like 4 films about 9/11 out.
And that was Hollywood. It wasn't another country making movies about.
No, it was the country making that
disaster that was them. Yeah.
And it just shows, doesn't it show the difference actually between Western, you know, filmmaking and Eastern filmmaking, or even European filmmaking or whatever, that it is about, the Western filmmaking seems to be about glorifying a moment. So they'll take a moment and they'll capitalize on it. Capitalize is the word I was actually looking for.
Yeah.
They're going to capitalize on what's happened because they know people are instantly interested in that there.
Yeah.
So United 93, World Trade Center, all of those films make money because they're released within 2 years.
Yeah, while people are still in the moment. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that America does like way too quickly. Like it's like it's not even historical yet. It's very much in the moment. Now I understand. Whoa, he is really slapping those boys.
Jesus.
Fucking hell. And I can understand capitalizing on a moment and an incident because it does bring very much what's happening in current society to life, and it brings it to people that are maybe not living it, and it gives them something. Oh my god, that is a lot of rats.
A lot of dead rats.
Yeah.
As well. Animal Farm.
Wow. Well, they did say that it had an animal farm on this at the beginning there.
For testing.
It was going through the list of buildings and what they had, and it said Animal Farm was one of them.
Well caught.
Thank you very much. Because I was paying attention. Jesus, Mary and Joseph, they're all eating each other. So yes, I think it's like it's all about capitalization, really, isn't it? Whereas I suppose these, you know, they've waited 40 years to kind of tell this story, and for me that makes more sense. And you can imagine 40 years, enough time's passed that things change, people change, cultures change. Everything kind of, oh my god, that would be, I mean, I'm not scared of rats, but
no, fuck that.
I can't imagine that would be pleasant.
Oh, sweet cheese and rice.
They're not even fake rats. Nope. My god, those poor boys.
And there's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, and these guys are all dressed up like COVID's just come out.
I know, right?
That's how people were shopping in Tesco. When
they're like standing on them and they're squishing them. You can actually watch them being squished.
Jesus wept. That is rough looking. Like I couldn't do that. I mean, kudos to those kids.
I'm sorry. If I was on a movie of yours and you were like, we're literally we can't do CGI, so I'm literally gonna have to drop you into a box of rats. I'd be like, George, you know what? I love you, and I appreciate the practicality of wanting to film it, but there's fucking no way I'm doing it.
Nope, absolutely not. Yeah, I've only had a couple of turn downs in certain scenes that I've done, like giant dicks flying through the air and hitting people in the mouth.
I mean, I'd be totally up for that. I mean, that's no problem.
Yeah, well, that's
it. Like, happy days.
That would be more manageable than some rats, but no.
Yeah, that's way more manageable than rats for me.
But so what we were talking about there, when you look though back at Chinese cinema, Kung Fu cinema, the Japanese have, for the majority of the time, always been the villains.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
There's always been that Fist of Fury storyline that, you know, has been brought into it because there's still that tension there. Yes. And even today we're seeing it in remakes and we're seeing it in new stories because it's set around this period of time. And there's still a lot of movies today from Hong Kong or from China being made where the Japanese are still the villains.
Yes, oh my god.
And there's...
That looks like Ke Huy Quan, doesn't it?
It does a bit, actually. There's still...
Whoa, good.
Some movies that do show a friendship and a connection from the same era of the Japanese and Chinese working as friends, you know?
Yeah.
But when it comes to things like war movies, I don't think you can really...
Ow! See, that's very much. You've seen The Human Condition, haven't you?
Yes, I have it.
That's in the first part of Human Condition. They're in the camp with the electric fences, and that happens in that as well.
That's pretty brutal.
It's a phenomenal trilogy of films. Like, I mean, one of the most harrowing but beautifully done.
But I don't think it's something you could sit and commentate to because it's quite deep.
Deep and long?
Very long.
Sorry.
I wouldn't have the... Well,
I wouldn't put those two words together in the context
two gay men on the couch
you know.
Deep and long. No, I don't think we would have the battery life for it.
No, we wouldn't have the battery life for it.
To be honest.
And I think the deep commentary that would have to come with something like that. I mean, it's not like an entertaining commentary with something like Human Condition.
No,
that is like
not. fillet steak. Yes.
Philosophizing on
Yes,
something. It's not so
exactly.
much as, oh my god, look, they're dying and this is happening. It's really much about...
I think it would be a case of sitting with your mouth open for a lot of it.
I think a lot of people would probably actually, if we did a very philosophical commentary where we were dissecting it, would probably be like, I don't want to watch these
Switched
guys
off,
anymore.
yeah.
We miss the laughter and the shocks and
Yeah.
you know.
And I do believe there should be some of that in this movie. It's obviously still warming up. But yeah, I mean, it's a movie. It's a genre that you can't avoid picking a villain. You have to. You have to. Even though the Japanese here are the main cast of it.
Okay,
As
unavoidable
such.
picking a villain. I would say you can always pick a villain because you don't know who you live next to.
Well, that's
you know,
very
you
true.
could be a serial killer. So what?
Again.
You are Michael Berryman's brother.
I stop that.
And
He's a
Jason
lovely
Statham's-
guy.
He's so nice.
He's a very nice guy.
Jason Statham's cousin. Michael
Yes,
Berryman's
there we
brother.
go.
There
That
we
works better. Could have went.
I totally lost my train of thought. Sorry, that kind of kept me.
The villain next door.
Oh yes, it could be anybody. You
Could
know,
be.
so I mean, for these kind of films, China obviously felt extremely vilified by the Japanese in this period of time. So of course they're gonna portray it in a way that, for now, what I'm seeing here at the moment is a lot of Japanese children who are being forced into this youth corps.
Yeah.
And being forced to do things that they really don't want. Yeah, absolutely.
As such, yeah.
And it's very, like, all this is very Hitler-esque, isn't it? So this is what I'm seeing here. I'm not seeing exploitation cinema. So I'm not seeing them being portrayed as like these horrible people. Maybe these senior members of staff, absolutely, because they're radicalizing children.
Yes.
They're creating an army of children who are having their youth taken away from them, who have maybe come from poverty and whatever.
This is what I think it's going to boil down to.
Yeah, to get what they want, because it's easier to radicalize and to groom and control children than it is adults, depending on what kind of adults you get on board.
Yeah.
But that is probably the primary reason that these young men are here. Is he pissing into this?
Pissing into a canister that's
them making it water?
Filling into a glass.
Well, by the way, urine is sterile. You can drink it.
I'm not going to try it, but
I mean, if your pee's white, you can just drink it.
Oh, why, yes.
But if it's yellow, I wouldn't, because the ammonia. You know.
Oh no. I mean,
I'm just expecting my clear piss. I mean, it came out extremely clear. It would have been much more impressive had it come out yellow and then come out clear. And like that.
Very, very hydrated, which is good.
Well, you know what? I mean,
could be.
Why not replenish your body with what you're getting rid of?
Well, there you go.
So is this like a statement of like power? I would have actually, it would have been much more intimidating as a child had someone pissed into that glass and he had to just drink it without it going through a sterilization process. Exactly. I think I would have been like, fuck, this man is mad. He's drinking his own piss.
But
fuck.
Everyone looks kind of shocked.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Adults and children. Oh Jesus, what's he doing?
Oh, you drank your piss, let me bow down to you.
Oh. And there you go. Hitler.
There's been literally no words for the last 3 minutes in this scene.
Not a word. But Hitler obviously didn't piss into a glass and drink it. And
not that we know of.
Not that we know of, but not that has ever been shown or told. Could have been where he was going wrong. I don't know. But this is an interesting approach to getting these people on board, isn't it?
Yeah. I imagine that it's probably what's to come later. Treat those guys from Chief Gently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're important. Of course they're important to you because they're going to be your soldiers.
Yep.
You need to be able to treat them.
And they look about, 10, 11,
I would say,
12?
yeah.
Jeez, there's a lot of slapping going on.
And they're being really slapped.
Yeah. But they don't act like a bunch of schoolgirls.
I mean, it's demoralising. So, I mean, of course, so treating them well, so giving them beds, giving them food, doing all this, but then you demoralise them. You take away the essence of what makes them them. And it's easier then to control them. They become afraid, you know? And adults can become afraid too.
Of course.
Of course, in the right circumstances. But it's going to be much easier to do it with children.
But also look at the weather conditions that they're filming.
Horrifying. And that's not fakes. No, that's not like Dawson's Creek.
No, it's not.
We put a couple of pillows in under you know, a white sheet kind
Exactly.
of. I mean, and that was a show made in the 90s. You'd think that could have at least got some potato peels and blasted
Yeah.
about. You know what I mean?
Not a
This is
couple of
being filmed
quilts.
this is being filmed in the snow.
And out somewhere in outer China.
Yeah.
Wherever it looks
clearly
cold.
upper, like northern China, because for it to be that cold.
Cold, yeah. And there's a Chinese kid watching from the sidelines.
He should be scared.
He should be, but I think he's finding it hilarious that these Japanese kids are being forced to do these kind of cold, ridiculous things.
Yeah.
Is this? It must be on ice, right?
It is
looks
on
like
ice,
they're
yeah. Because look, yeah.
Clearing. Fuck, I don't know, man. I crossed snowy lakes in Norway, and it's scared me senseless thinking I was going to go through it. But to have these kids crawl across that. Oh,
it's one thing I've got to give credit to them, as much as I'm kind of like shocked every time I watch a Cat 3 film. I've got to give credit to the Chinese for literally pushing it to the extreme. Like when it comes to like hitting, kicking, nudity, all of that kind of stuff, they don't fucking hold back.
Oh no, absolutely not. And especially at this time period, in the 80s, especially 70s and 80s, there would have been a much harsher form of movie making.
Yeah.
I think only coming into the 90s there, especially into the late 90s, where they started to maybe take a bit more care in how they were treating their actors. But no, there's no getting away.
The authenticity that it brings is what makes it shocking. Like, you can't... You know a fake slap when you see a fake slap. Let's just watch Dynasty as an example for that, right? You know a fake slap when you see a fake slap.
Many Bollywood movies.
Absolutely. So, yeah, absolutely, actually. But in these, it's like, it's the ferocity of the filmmaking that it's just like, whoa, like, how did they actually, like, who was on set? Like, was there any child labour laws here? Do you know what I mean?
Very much doubt it.
I doubt it.
And I also, I feel it does lend such a realism to it. Because I imagine if this was shot in Hollywood, there would be a set. There would be warmth. There would be...
I don't like this. I'm already... No. Oh, God.
But look...
Oh, God. Fucking hell.
It's just a baby.
No, but...
They haven't done anything to it.
No, but look at her. They just...
It's...
Oh...
Her skin is bright red from the
this
cold.
Is cold.
So there's Russians and Chinese here.
Yes. Well, I was going to say this is clearly northern China for it to be this cold, so it's going to be bordering on Russia or Mongolia or whatever. Yeah. Oh my God! He literally just threw the...
Oh Jesus!
And they've literally just left this child.
Mm-hmm. And oh. Oh my God! Wow. This one can't be stuffed and mounted, as that subtitle said. So they've just obviously shoved snow, covered the baby in snow.
3 months.
Bloody hell.
That's clearly real. That clearly happened.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh my... Well, I have been shocked by a lot of what I've seen in some of these Cat 3 films. That, for me, has to be
one of
the most shocking thing that I've actually seen. I know it's not a real baby in that. I would like to bloody think not. It's the suggestion that somebody actually did that is horrifying. Yeah. One thing I don't like watching is animals and children being murdered in films. It freaks me out. Yeah.
I'm with you on that,
but to just literally throw a baby into the snow like that and then cover it in ice while these people were harsh.
Mm-hmm. And it's and I'd say that this is still tame in comparison of what I know is to come. What I believe is to come, I should say. But yeah, this was cut. It was released. It did get a UK release at some stage, but cut by several minutes, of course. We have very, very strict rating codes over here, obviously.
Of course, the BBFC.
Yes.
So funny that we have like strict rating codes over here, but like we had like, nudity on our like broadcast television even before America did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but it's like my first film had to be rated in 18. They told me because I used the word cunt in it once. Right?
Yeah.
Kick-Ass uses it quite a lot.
Yeah, and got 15.
It got 15.
Yeah.
So they were able to obviously pay off the BBFC.
Yeah.
When I couldn't. Which is
or the MPAA, you know,
yeah,
for their
exactly.
R rating.
Uh-huh.
Instead of an NC-17, you know.
Which this was over.
Was this NC-17?
It got an NC-17.
Well, okay.
I believe.
This is good.
But
That's
again,
horrifying.
cut, you know.
An NC-17 with cuts?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay. And the conversation they were having there, I mean, again, it goes back to, you know, they're saying it's a nice place. It reminds us of the Chiba Prefecture, but just not as cold.
Yes.
You know, they're seeing... Are they trying to...
Keep a piece... He sounds like a man.
He does sound like a fully grown man.
He's about 12. Look at the red skin, though. Like
Jesus Christ.
There's totally no faking that coldness. Wow. Okay, so because...
He can't tell anyone because he can't speak. He's saying he can't speak.
No, I do believe it states that he is a mute child, as they say. But also...
Oh, he can hear, okay.
He can hear, yes, but he can't speak.
I was going to say, was that their way of catching him out there? Sorry, I'm getting deaf and mute mixed up here. They're not the same thing. That tree line is stunning.
Isn't it beautiful? But that's good. Okay, so the kids, although they're being indoctrinated, have still got a bit of heart about them, obviously.
Yeah.
In not...
That kind of childhood innocence.
Oh, lovely. But...
Oh dear, we see blood and barf.
I mean, this...
You know what?
It's something we don't see in modern war movies, I don't feel as much. Like, the brutality of it, in terms of how they're... The villain side or the bad side would be torturing prisoners of war, that kind of thing.
What we see now in more films, you think, okay, so I'm using as examples because I watched them actually recently. Saving Private Ryan, Band of Brothers, The Pacific, what they go for is realism over horror.
Exactly, yeah.
And although there's horror in realism, you know, you can't have a war movie where someone's leg isn't really coming off because the reality is that happened.
Yeah.
So when you see it and like a leg is like literally being blown off someone, you're like, oh my God. But I think it's because it's so beautifully done. You're kind of not really. You're like, Jesus, that's so intense. But you're not like, ugh.
Yeah.
This, you're kind of like, there is, and it's like, it makes you feel uneasy.
Of course, absolutely. And also...
I wonder if those actual caves,
those
tunnels are still there.
These productions did not have anywhere close to a quarter of the budget as these Hollywood films.
Of course they did not.
You know, so they have to be creative. They have to make things very real. Injected with the Black Death virus. Wow.
So what I'm actually interested in here is biological warfare. I'm not interested, not in the sense that I want to actually carry out some biological experiments.
Sign up to something.
Yeah, hello. But like, what? I mean, I have read in, you know, documents and historical articles and stuff that looked
real. I mean,
that was a willy. Did you see it?
It was a willy. Yes.
I seen a penis.
I mean, I had a few onsens last week and there was nothing
like George,
this going on.
We do not want to talk about your onsen experiences. It's a man. Of course it's a man.
Wrong answer.
Yeah, clearly. It's a naked man.
Look at his wee cheeks so red from all the slapping. Oh. Although I'm sure they're... Fuck me. I'm sure they're glad they're shooting a scene in the onsen here where it's nice and warm.
Yeah, right. They're like, thank fuck. 10 minutes out of the snow. Let's keep fucking up our lines so we get to stay in here longer. Yeah. And then they get beaten like this. That's not fun.
So one calls
he's got a lovely ass.
One calls... Each to their own. Yeah. One calls him a man, he gets hit. One calls him a bad Chinese man, he gets hit. They're obviously a Maruta.
Maruta, somebody who makes coffins.
Maruta! I mean, I don't know what that is translating to.
It's he said there, I explained it, someone who makes coffins, so he must be like a...
Coffin maker?
Well...
You think if he made a lot very quickly, he'd be having a coffin fit?
Of course, you know.
Oh, jeez Louise. Wow.
Just beat him to death in the onsen. Well, it's not an onsen in China, is it?
Well...
Oh my...
Fuck me, what a way
Oh
to go.
my god!
What a way to go. Bloody hell.
You've just been beaten to death in a public bathhouse
Well, in
by
prison.
14. Okay, sorry, are they in prison?
A
I'm
prison
totally losing
bathhouse.
track of what's happening here.
Oh,
no, he's alive.
He's alive. He's just...
Jesus, I don't know how.
I mean, I expected him to come out dead.
It looked like he was drowned in time. So these are obviously
But I mean,
Chinese
if you knew
captives.
that was going to happen to you, would you not play dead?
They're not transitioning this story particularly well for me. I think it's all up to you've got to know. So obviously we're in with the Chinese prisoners now.
Yes.
Which would make sense.
Well, they're the ones that look like
Like
prisoners.
Okay.
Are you kind of sort of saying...
Stop it, George.
I
get it. I do get it.
In a non-racial way, are you non-racist way, are you trying to say you don't know the difference between the Japanese and the Chinese? Or are you genuinely missing...
I'm genuinely missing
the
transition there because there was nothing... Where it's been focused so much on these boys and their training that I kind of was like, wait, what's just happened here? Where are we? So I thought that they were Japanese people working there. No, I realise they're the
prisoners. So they're, I mean, the whole point is lesson on experiments. Start tomorrow. The whole point is they're experimenting on prisoners of war.
Yeah.
While.
Is this the woman that lost her kid?
This is the one that lost her kid. She's now got a pillow.
And she's catatonic.
2347.
She's holding that pillow because she's literally in a catatonic state from losing her child.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh god, that's devastating, really, isn't it?
I just got a gut churn there.
I'm kind of like,
what's gonna happen to this poor woman?
She's been so traumatized. That haircut's abysmal,
isn't it?
And this girl gets to keep a lovely bun in her hair.
I'm surprised they didn't go down the line of
shaving all their hair off.
Doing that, yeah, really am.
Oh, I thought that was boiling water there. I was like, oh my god, they're not gonna.
It's
march them
probably
into
freezing water. Oh, bacteria examination.
Oh, it is. So it's water.
Oh, I thought that was going up into like fog and snow. So they're washing. Okay, so the Japanese soldiers are getting washed down, cleaned down because they're going in through bacteria. This is like
wow. Okay, so uncomfortable. This is the children. I mean, you would not be allowed to have this on camera today.
Well, no. But then again, public nudity
Look at
in Japan isn't.
No, it's
sort of just a normal thing, you know.
Yeah.
Every onsen we were in, you had to be naked.
Well, yes, but showing.
But today on film, sorry, yeah. Oh no, well, again, that's not a popular, a common thing, in Hong Kong cinema, Chinese cinema. You would see a lot of kids naked being used for black magic movies and just comedy elements.
Oh,
fuck. What is this?
So this is the woman who lost her kid. So they're pouring freezing cold water on her hands.
Oh, sweet cheese and rice. Oh, look at the ice! Holy shit! Oh, they're purposely standing on her pillow.
Of course they are. Yeah, they've thrown it down. They're
Jesus.
And those are
these are big icicles, aren't they?
Jesus Christ.
I wonder, are they going to put these into use?
Yeah, I think so, with the emphasis on them. Like, she's literally freezing.
Oh, shit. This is like the thought of it, even to think what that real person went through.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. I've seen this artwork with her used in many different things.
Oh my god, are they just gonna then snap the hands off?
Oh, I hope not.
I think that's what's coming, you know. I mean, what else would they gain from it apart from literally just like seeing how frozen they need to be before they just break off?
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I'm kind of like, why is there no scientists out there recording this? If that's the case, is these experiments on prisoners of war, but maybe they're all focused on the bacterial side of it, on the biological warfare, as opposed.
Oh, well, that's not real ice. We can tell.
As opposed to the torture. Yeah.
That's like, it looks like actually fiberglass, so it does, or plastic.
The joys of 4K restorations.
I know, yeah.
Ruining our movie experience.
I know. Told ya.
Oh, look at them blocks. Oh, that's a great shot. I love that.
Yeah, it is a great shot.
And I can't get over this ice. It's incredible.
It's so clear.
Yeah, this is a great restoration. Like, that's a great scene to show that restoration.
It's one thing actually we haven't really touched upon. We usually do touch upon the restorations and how good they are, but something that we haven't really touched upon here is how fantastic this looks.
It does, but it would have been great to see this movie before how it would have been viewed, video quality, or even a DVD that I can imagine being in 4:3 and pan and scan.
Oh, is it fiber? It's got to be fiberglass. There's no way that's real ice.
Well, it doesn't matter that it is or not because we know it's a film.
Well, yes, I know, but I'm so into it being like a very realistic film that I'm like, did they put real fucking ice in this woman? Is her hand, like, is she no longer got the use of her hands? Does this woman never work again? Because she's handless.
She's handless. But you see, regardless,
she had a handle on it, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah. Sorry.
Cool,
bad joke.
Cool hand looking. But,
oh no.
Frostbite experimental room.
Oh fucking.
So that's what they've been doing. Look at her arms are black.
In boiling hot water.
Oh fuck. Right, see, now this is, things are wrong when we're quiet.
Yeah.
Because we're sort of like, oh dear. And this, water temperature 15 degrees. I think they're going to...
She's not reacting. She can't feel a thing.
Well...
She's dead.
I mean... Oh! Oh, fucking Jesus. I mean... Look at those poor kids!
Oh my God!
Jesus.
Wow!
And there's more? Is this the same woman? No?
No.
Oh, this is somebody else now.
No, this is some...
Bloody hell. Chicken wings, anyone?
Oh, fuck.
Holy
Dry
shit.
ice. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Bloody hell, this is... Okay, I was not expecting it to be as shocking as that. Oh! Oh my God, in the name of fuck, this is just... Okay. I mean, I make horror movies.
Yes.
I know the tricks of the trade, but
move.
still, this is like...
Wow.
Pretty intense. Oh my God, that was rough.
Wow.
Gotta hand it to the director though. That was quite shocking. And I would say more so on release. I would say in 1988, that would definitely have had people throwing up.
Oh, 100%. Because when you're not... I suppose back in the day, it was movie making magic. There's very little magic surrounding movies now, right?
Yeah, well, that's the unfortunate thing, isn't it? Really?
So back in '88, you still had that kind of, how did they do that? I could imagine people watching that and being like, oh my fucking God, they've literally just... I always say
I'd love to have been making what I'm making in the 80s.
Yeah.
Because I would have shocked a lot more. I would have got away with much more.
Yeah.
But this, for real, like I can imagine the audience is just...
I can see audience reaction, just I can visualize it in my head how many people would be walking out or throwing up because they would genuinely think, oh my God, they've literally just pulled the skin off this woman's arms.
And I know that there's still a group of people today that would do that. If this was to show in the cinema or anywhere that the people were watching it, there's still that group of people who would totally throw up and walk out.
Yeah, so I mean, here's actually, like, Japanese people, actually kind of, these Japanese soldiers were, the conversation that they were just having there was about, these are still people, they have families, they have, whatever.
Yeah.
It's, there's still an element of humanity here, which I'm kind of appreciating a little bit.
So where did that twist come in? There's evil people in the world. Mm-hmm. Of course, there are even today. There's probably more so. But where did this race of incredibly nice, respectful people, honourable people through generations of,
World War II.
Hundreds of years, who was it that started to turn the minds of these particular soldiers in charge that wanted to do this kind of thing,
That's what I'm saying, like World War II.
Yeah, well, yes, World War II.
The World War, I mean...
It did do things to people.
Of course, and, you have to think of obviously the Japanese during that period of time. We all, know the popular stories of Japan's involvement in World War II, Pearl Harbor, all of that kind of thing. People then you imagine would take that and they would run with this. So they've been put in a position where they can do something, right? During a time whenever they can maybe enact something that's been primal to them, that they've never been able to do within their own culture. So they've been given this opportunity to, you can now fight and kill people because it's war. So now we're going to continue war with another country,
and this is how
and we're going to do
it out of them more and more.
Absolutely.
Sad.
It is sad. It is sad.
And then you get 2 innocent kids from both sides. I love this
and
divide.
I love it's like it's across the barricades.
Yes.
Do you remember that pic?
Yes.
I doubt anybody watching on YouTube will know what the hell we're talking about.
No, but it's
a Northern Irish book about.
It has that similarity, doesn't it? Absolutely. And it's cute.
I like it. It's really sweet. It's beautifully shot as well.
For a scene to be in such a movie. But this is why I don't find it to be an exploitation movie, as it's been called.
Not so much.
There is something else behind it. There is a wee bit of, well, there's definitely story, but there's also heart to these kids, to what's going on to them and what they've become, or what they will become.
And that this is this thing, they're talking about obeying regulations. I mean, it's one of those things with the Japanese culture, honor. Honor above glory.
Yeah.
Right? So honor is very, very important to them.
Yeah.
So even as children, you grow up in that household, where, your parents expect something from you culturally.
Yeah.
You've got to honor your elders, all of that kind of stuff. You take them, Jesus Christ, you take them out of that environment, and those values are still very much ingrained within them. So despite the treatment that they're going through and the things that they're having to witness, and I'm assuming will have to do at some stage in this film, that they are about honouring and respecting their culture and what it means to be Japanese to them.
Yes, yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does it? Did I articulate that okay?
Yeah, but especially at a time like this, especially when there was no modernization, so to speak, of their culture, to a point, obviously. But then look at the change after the war. Look at the change in Japan.
Yeah.
It was like everything was just shut off then, and they became a whole new...
I mean, crime is so low there.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's one of the safest places in the world,
Absolutely.
Really, and it's a beautiful, beautiful place, steeped in such wonderful culture. It's hard to believe that Japanese people willingly doing this.
Yeah. That's the part that fascinates me with a lot of
there she is. She's not dead.
Criminals, that is what triggered them. What put that?
Oh, she is dead?
No, I don't think she is. I think she's just... She needs a hand.
She's too fucking...
Jesus.
2 hands and 2 arms.
That's terrible. I mean, look, I've tore people apart in my movies.
Yes.
At their guts. I've cut them in half with chainsaws, gouged their eyes out with forks and everything. But
is this an admission video?
I know.
Am I worried? Should I be worried?
This was my dating video. But I know how I did that and what I've done.
And George,
there is some people that did feel slightly disgusted by it.
Yeah.
My mum being one. But she still knew it was a movie.
Yeah.
I feel that even today, watching stuff like this, I can't do with the needles.
No, you can't, George, and I love it. It's
the
one thing that gets him. The one thing that gets him.
There'll never be a needle in my movies. But this is what I'm talking about. Even watching this now, knowing how old it is, still gets us like this. Still makes us feel on edge and feel a bit icky about the whole thing.
Sounds like fucking Darth Vader.
It does, doesn't it? But then again, movies like this and the like the guinea pig movies and other things, we hear...
Yeah, okay, so they're taking their influences from the Germans.
Right, yes.
So, okay.
There we go.
So that's exactly what I said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
War, all of that.
It all comes into it. Yeah.
See what I mean? I am smart.
He is
I'm a smart person.
Under that hat.
Under this hat and under the facade. I'm intelligent. I don't have it.
But then, yes, so with the movies like this, and
it's a race. Sorry, what I'm getting here is now it's a race. These experiments are a race. So they're like, we're hearing about this in Germany, so we want to kind of get first. This. Yeah.
Yeah.
And isn't that what it all comes down to? It all comes who comes out on top.
Pride. Yeah,
it's all politics. Yeah. It's all about control, power, becoming the ultimate state or the ultimate federation, whatever they want to be called. That's what this is. Well, that's what this is all about. Historically, it's actually really fascinating. I'm actually finding this movie more fascinating than shocking at this stage.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Very.
Yeah. No, but that's why I wanted to kind of say about how much that it's not an exploitation movie. There is too much to it.
Yeah.
You know, to just be in an old. My movies would be more exploitation movies.
I was talking about the Pacific. There they are. They're talking about them retreating from the Pacific.
Historical fact.
Yeah. So we know what time frame actually we're in here. So this is, which I don't think it did say actually at the beginning of 1945, didn't it?
Japan would be mobilized, but still great shortages.
Yeah. Which was always there. That was one thing that I picked up from like documentaries and all these kind of things, is that the Japanese were very short on soldiers. They relied on tactic.
Yeah.
It was like tactical warfare. They had to, because they were outnumbered. You know.
Well, I mean, we've had a few great movies from China. They're The Battle at Lake Changjin, 1 and 2. Stunning movies. And Sacrifice, I just got recently, which is like the third part of that.
Okay, right. I haven't seen that one yet.
Not a connected sequel, but it's the third part of that. It's the same filmmakers behind it, and Wu Jing's in it, and so on. But even those, as large polished war movies, still have some brutality in them.
Of course, yeah. 800.
And this, for me, this is kind of like a trilogy, I suppose, or there is 4 movies, as I said, but like a trilogy similar in tone to that,
I wonder, so I'm going to be interested to watch 2, 3, and potentially 4.
Hopefully
because
4,
here,
yes.
Why?
Tell me.
Because if this was seen as... Sorry, hold on.
Jumping fleas.
Yeah, and rats. So they're what they want to do is they want to put it into
bacteria
into rats and animals in order to get it out there. But that's a big mistake, because you're going to infect your people. So sorry,
it's a big mistake. But you know what's interesting? I read in the news this week that Putin was to blame. Putin was to blame for the bed bugs in France. And it could be a similar kind of thing,
just
right?
Putting it out there.
Putting it on the wrist.
Sorry.
But that's, I mean, what they're doing with the fleas and rats there, right? Spreading in bacteria.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not unreal. It's happened in the past.
Bird flu. I mean, I know that's not it could be bacteria warfare.
Yeah.
It's a natural thing, but it spreads.
Interesting. Go for it.
So, what would be interesting to know is that if this was seen as an exploitation film upon release, there's a really fascinating historical context to this story, right? That's maybe been exploited ever so slightly with certain scenes and whatever.
Boobies.
They're going into a geisha house. So here we are, using nudity as exploitation. This is where exploitation comes into it, and the violence, right? There's still an underlying historical context to this story, and that's fascinating. That's why I'm actually enjoying watching this. But in 2 and 3, did they then go, well, they've seen it as exploitation, so we're going to go balls to the wall.
I would say go for
and
just ramps it up a bit.
Yeah, just fucking let's...
Absolutely.
I'm kind of thinking, they want fucking exploitation? We're going to give them exploitation.
We actually we haven't seen... Now, it might still happen here, but just within that few moments there, we haven't seen the nakedness. We haven't seen...
we haven't seen boobs yet.
TNA, because it was quite well presented. It was cut, hidden through shot. It was shown by silhouette. Her arms covering her nipples there. It's still tastefully done.
I can see her boob
to a point.
It is. It's
point.
Literally perfect. Let me disinfect you, my God.
Yeah, well, have you never disinfected someone before sex? No?
Well, sure.
I mean, there you go.
I've never fucking sprayed Dettol on someone's cock. Do you know what I mean?
Could you imagine?
Here. Give that 5 minutes to soak in, and then we can go. Actually, Dettol is safe to
I think it's because it's
use,
wine.
by the way,
It's
as a
used wine.
douching. It is safe. Just, I'm letting you
That's-
know. I'm letting you know.
There's another exclusive here for Invincible Asia. Douche
For any of the
with
gays
Dettol.
out there that want to know, you can use Dettol. Or you don't even have to be gay. You could just like to.
So she
Didn't like having her armpit hair.
She really didn't, did she?
I was going to say she should shave those muffos, but I'm all about
No, you're not.
body autonomy. Yeah.
Not
It's
with...
her body.
Oh, what's this? What is this?
Is she knocked over his
But what is it?
tablets?
Mints? Is it mint?
He could do a wee bit of kintsugi now with this.
He could.
For, you know, just saying.
I don't know.
Japanese love their kintsugi.
Is it Trebor mints?
George, I actually don't know.
I'm trying
You're
to see it.
focusing really too much on these little pebbles on the floor.
He clearly isn't worried about the pebbles. It's the jar.
Glass, yeah.
Yes, okay. Well, that's that sort of,
How
folks.
fucking, like, Hitler-esque is this?
It really is.
The
It's
similarity is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's giving me vibes of many German war movies.
The Gestapo.
Yeah.
That's what this is
Downfall
giving me.
is,
yes.
you know, one of my favourite World War II
Phenomenal
movies.
film.
Incredible. And that colour tone is quite similar to this. That's what I'm kind of getting from it. Oh, so here's the...
Thunder.
Is it thunder?
Yeah. We've got thunder.
We've got thunder. What a setup. Oh! I mean, is this jars of bacteria? What's going on?
No, they just have like empty jars that he's
just
and these
chucking at people. And mints. He's giving everyone a mint because they haven't brushed their teeth in fucking months.
Oh no.
He finds it hilarious.
I'd be like, what is this crazy bastard doing? Like, I have no idea what's going on.
Mark, you would be dead.
Of course I'd be dead.
Within 2 weeks of being in the
because
2
I'd
days.
be like, what are you doing? I'm like so disobedient. It's like, you know, I'd be there, even if they were slapping me, I'd be like, you slap me one more time.
Whoever was hit or touched by the chess pieces, raise your hand. Of course, there were little pieces from the game.
Chess pieces, you say, it's like checkers.
Yeah,
There were checker things.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
That's what they were.
You're all dead.
Yeah. This is my new invention. Low temperature pottery?
What?
Bacterial bomb. Told you it was filled with bacteria. He's just fucking killed everyone. Well, that...
Why are you clapping? You could be dead in minutes.
I know it's true.
I'm really confused.
Okay, so perhaps the pieces were to represent the bacteria. And in knowing how many people got hit by it...
Oh, yeah, so he's demonstrating.
Yeah.
We chuck this, it spreads. How many people got hit? I did. There you go.
There you go.
Bacterial warfare.
It's not...
Odd. I get it now, but
You're not up for a game of chess with me, but...
It's a very... I suppose it's a very primitive...
Yes.
Like, you know... What is that word called?
I don't think he's going to...
A presentation.
I was going to say, I don't think he's going to do a PowerPoint on it, like, just...
I mean, I would have... Oh, here we go. There we go. We're just going to drop this shit all over the world.
The pottery bomb.
I would love... Do you know what I'd love?
Well, it's very Macquarie set, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Ooh. Gets me excited, these kind of things.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Keep on to yourself.
Ooh. Well, this is... That's a cool
Whatever
machine.
happened, like, with the kind of, like, biological war, you know, like, the fear of, like, biowarfare? Do we know what happened with that historically? I know that's a very...
Not historically, because it's not something I really wanted to follow up on and give myself
nightmares.
And it could still happen, of
Names
course.
unknown, 29 male and female. Oh, they didn't even know who they were.
Isn't it interesting, though, how they cut to these things?
Yeah,
like it's not just following the story of a prisoner.
No,
they cut to a torture scene.
It's like literally they just segue from one thing to another. Oh my God, they're going to blow everybody up.
What the fuck? Oh, see that wee head?
Oh.
Just like that.
Oh, fucking hell.
Jesus.
Cheese and rice. Oh my fucking God.
Wow. I was expecting that to kind of fade out there and go to a totally different scene, but not return to the aftermath. Chinese, 34 years old. I mean,
Chinese, 34 years
so
old.
obviously they're listing
the actual victims.
Yeah, and they must have somehow got notes on who these people were, whether it was through the scientists, through the Japanese themselves, or Very, very, very interesting.
People were really afraid, though. This is the thing. I mean, there was such a race. You know, you think of like the race, like Oppenheimer, like showed us there recently, the race for like the nuclear bomb and everything, you know, and things like that. There seemed to be a real race for these things to happen, and then it kind of goes away.
Yeah. Well,
High pressure environment's going to explode or implode.
Implode, probably. Yeah.
To me, this is not bacterial. This is pure torture.
It's
What's
torture,
happening here?
Torture experiments, yeah.
Like, where's the...
But how often...
Oh my god.
How often are they going to be, like, carrying this big thing around with them when they're attacking certain countries? Well, that was a nice wee shot.
Oh, the way they've kind of done it to make him bigger. Yes, swell him out, yeah. Oh, he's shitting.
Oh!
He's literally shitting himself.
Wow. Never seen that before in a movie.
Oh my god, he literally just prolapsed. His guts are everywhere!
Fucking hell. Oh my god almighty. I have never witnessed it.
Oh my
ever
god.
in my entire life witnessed anything quite like that, folks.
Holy fucking hell.
That's actually one of
his entire fucking inside just came out of his asshole.
That was one of the most disgusting things I have ever witnessed in any film ever. Fuck me. I mean, I want to wind it back.
No, please don't. No. I don't think we could skip it back in.
Fuck, we're only halfway through it.
Oh my god.
That was intense. That was friggin' intense. Wow.
I'm in the bits.
I know. Actually, I'm actually getting something going on inside.
I don't know whether it was Yanni's cooking or whether that's me. Oh, please, no.
Hang on a minute. They just made a guy shit his insides out, and they're giving a fucking pigeon a lift on a train. And you're like, no.
That's why I said animals and children being killed. It's like a big fuck no for me.
But a guy shitting himself. Okay.
No, I mean that's manageable for me.
I mean that's kind of a wee brutal setup, isn't it?
That is. That's really horrifying. Like this poor woman and her child
and her son.
She doesn't even look Asian.
No, this will be the Russians.
Oh, this is the Russians.
This is the Russians.
Fuck, so they're just taking prisoners of war from everywhere that they can get them?
Pretty much.
Jesus.
And I think, to be honest, given where it's set and given the area geologically,
yeah,
that would be farming communities.
Geographically.
It would be farming communities. It would be, well, I don't know how to say it without offending them.
No, well then don't say it. Don't say it. I mean, I think I've just done that by saying she doesn't like it.
Less privileged people.
Yeah.
Really not as smart as, I don't know, let's say the city folk. I just think that they've basically rounded up as many small communities as they possibly could to bring in and do this testing. I don't think it's...
Look at his face. That's some terrible acting from the child. I'm sorry.
I know, but you know what? Maybe now he looks back. Oh, that bird's still there. That bird's
like living his best.
But these kids, it keeps focusing on the Japanese.
Yes, and this is what's making
soldiers.
This so. It's like.
Oh, he's trying to hold his breath.
He is, and he can't.
Yeah, I mean
the trauma. I mean, I cannot. You know, you try. Oh my god, the trauma that these young men must have experienced. These boys, must have experienced going in if they made it into adulthood. What must, and with zero mental health, you know.
Yeah, so they didn't have a hotline they could call.
No.
To say I'm feeling
like
a wee bit.
The bird's just, and that was a real bird too.
Yeah.
How were they?
How were they indeed? I mean, also as child actors, do you wonder, do they look at some of these scenes that they're a part of, and does it affect them as well?
Yeah, of
course, did it affect them? You know? Again,
we don't ask that about Lex and Tim from Jurassic Park. You know, was that giant mechanical dinosaur the most traumatic experience of your life? No,
I would
not
say
really,
that
but this.
they would have had a much healthier time on
Oh
set
my god,
than
I
these
would
guys.
agree, yeah. And it's only, what, 3 years later? So after this, so it's like, God Christ.
It is just...
patent paraphernalia in prison. Not a good idea.
Nope.
Not even today.
I wonder where it was filmed. It would be interesting to know.
I have a nose hair that's bothering me.
It's bothering me, Mark.
Is it?
Poking me in the eye every
No,
time you turn
it's
around.
really annoying me, and I kind of want to dip out of frame to kind of yank the bastard out. Because it's really, I'm aware of its presence.
The next
really
shocking
annoying.
moment that comes up, you grab that nose hair.
I'll be like, didn't mean to do that.
Oh, see that?
No way.
That wee soldier kind of. So this is the wee friend. This is the
mute
this
boy.
is the mute Chinese boy that the Japanese kids have been told to bring along. But probably not told something's going to happen to him.
Oh, it is. Oh no. Oh, they're being so nice to him.
Yeah. So cute. Look at him. Yeah, they're obviously not letting on that they're going to do anything to him. Or maybe
surgery is finished. Surgery. What surgery?
No questions. Oh.
It's like he sneezed.
Achoo.
Yes, sir.
Pathology?
I'm kind of sweating because I'm really anxious about what's coming here. I'm worried.
As one with such an innocent child. Is that him already?
I don't think so.
No,
here he is. Oh, I'm a happy boy. Look, they're all smiling at me.
We got hand drip coffee.
Suntory whiskey.
Oh, look.
That just kind of came out there. That's what sorry. God, such a risk.
God love him. Look, he's so amazed by it.
This boy looks good. That's so perfect.
That is a great shot.
That is a great shot.
Isn't it? Through the jar.
Yeah. Through the watercolour.
Through the piss.
Acid. Yeah. Piss or acid. Don't touch.
He's like, I can stop touching my tools, please. Just get on the bed so we can cut you up. Oh, God love him. See, I told you.
Oh no.
It's very kind of normal just for Chinese movies, Hong Kong movies, to show kids like this. Yes, we have stricter rules in the West when it comes to filming children.
I can't. This makes me uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, look at it this way. He's not a kid anymore.
George, no, they're chloroforming this child. This is...
Oh, lordy lord. But where's it going? Look at him. Sweet eyes. Aye. Where's he gonna go? Oh, there's the wee hacky sack gone. Oh. They're straight in there. Let's just numb him up. Let's numb his wee winky here.
That's a very close-up shot of that.
It was a very close-up shot of his winky, Mark. Oh!
Oh, that's a real body. I'm sorry, that's a real body. They're cutting open.
It's a real body. Hopefully not his. I really hope not. Sweet cheese and rice. There was one of those carts.
No. Oh my god. No, it's too late. He's already been cut into. There's no fucking chance.
Yep. But yeah, here we go. Whoa. Oh, come on, you don't need to do more of it. It is a real body.
That's a real corpse. Yeah. Oh.
A cadaver.
That's a cadaver, sorry. Yes, it's a real cadaver.
Oh, fuck me.
What in the name of fuck?
Oh, Jesus wept. Oh, hang on a minute. That was his face, though.
That was, unless they do that trick where like they put the body kind of up to the neck and...
Fuck, I hope so. I actually hope they did chloroform him for this scene.
That's definitely not him because they're doing close-up shots of his face.
Poor child.
That's a real body.
Hey, Mum, take me to the cinema to see that movie that I was in. No,
absolutely not.
Fuck me.
Sweetheart's going
wow. I mean, this is just too real.
This is because it is real. I'm sorry to say.
Wow. Funny, my daughter got her letter through the door today saying thank you for signing up to organ donation.
I'm taking it off, man. I'm sorry.
She actually did. Just for applying
Oh,
for...
that's what they've got it taken away after the surgery.
Look at, they had him folded up like a pretzel.
Yeah. Well, that's because there was literally nothing left inside him.
Are you satisfied now? You have the heart and the liver.
They've literally just taken this...
And the brain. These living organs from young man puberty are difficult to come by. Well, of course, because you aren't clearly killing enough kids. Fuck me. Wow. Oh, they're eating them? What? I mean, that's what I got from that.
Oh, it's hacky sack.
Cool shot.
Victim, sorry,
You missed that.
Was he nameless?
Red tunnel connecting pathology lab to the crematorium. Ah, so this is going down to the wee dancing man. Oh, fuck me. That's not...
Are these real cadavers that they have for this film? Because this doesn't look fake to me.
No, it certainly doesn't. And it doesn't...
And on the budget, that was a real arm.
I was going to say, it doesn't. The budget they've got, or had, for this...
They've obviously gone to some lab and just says, hey, guys, can I have...
I was working in the lab late one night. My legs began.
I know it's Halloween, but my goodness. Yeah, I wonder if they've gone and said, you have any, like, bodies that we can use for this movie? Is there any
other movie you would want to watch in Halloween? Like,
yeah,
rather
Hocus
than this?
Pocus. Practical Magic. Do you know what I mean?
Oh.
Is he drinking the piss now? Is that what it is? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
I've been so traumatized, actually, I can't. I mean, he's already dead.
Sure. Oh, he's... I mean, yeah. Some of it...
Wow.
...is just shocking. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Didn't expect it to be as effective.
No, I didn't actually either. I mean, having no prior knowledge to this whatsoever.
No, likewise. Which excites me. I like going in blind and not knowing what I'm...
See, look, that they're still... So they're coming back to this humanity of these children, that they're still, despite the indoctrination and the radicalization of them, they still understand.
There's an anger towards their superiors because
absolutely.
Of killing their friend. Yeah. And again, that totally could have been ignored and made as a brutal exploitation category 3.
Yeah. I can understand why it's Cat 3 because obviously...
I mean, it has to be.
But...
it has to be.
Oh.
It also would have been interesting to know what was cut in its releases back in the day, right?
I mean, you can to Google.
You know the exact scenes that were cut, but where did they decide? Where did they shot
enough is enough?
Yeah. Oh, this is the guy that talked their friend in. I mean, that's devilish, isn't it? All these kids in gas masks with Oh!
Yes.
Take him down. Wow.
Bastard.
Oh, so they're doing what he taught them to do.
Yeah.
They're doing exactly the same thing on him. Only with much bigger sticks this time.
I have a big smile on my face.
I know.
I think it's the like, well done, kids.
That's what I was about to say.
Realising that there is
proud of them for doing it. Please don't let him escape. Please.
No, fucking literally beat his fucking head into the floor.
Oh, come on. Yes, chuck him into the rats. Look how many dead ones there are. There's loads.
No! No!
Now, Mark.
Hello, my name's Blofeld. No!
What you need to remember is the cat's probably already...
No, the cat isn't! It's a real cat!
It is a real... He did survive, fuck's sake. Oh.
No!
Wow.
Oh my god, that's too much!
It is too much, Mark. It is too much, but Do you know what I heard?
Oh, no. The cat's getting taking the head off there. Oh my.
It's just, it was made to look wet, covered in honey.
No, it's fucking not. This cat is literally being mauled to pieces.
Theatrical blood.
Fuck off, George.
That's one of the excuses the director tried to pawn off in an interview, believe it or not.
Well, this 100% was cut in America. Peter would never let that because that's a real cat.
Without a doubt.
Oh yeah, that's not fake, man.
That's not fake, man.
Oh no! I can't. Sorry. No, can you please let me know when this part's over?
It's over.
Is it?
Oh no, wait, it's back.
No, I can see it at the corner.
No, it's still there.
Oh my god.
I mean, the cat's definitely getting enough to eat while it's being
it's being well.
Fuck me.
God.
I mean, it is pretty brutal, isn't it?
That's horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, that's not honey and theatrical blood director.
No, those rats are eating
Yeah, that's... yeah. I mean, I don't know. The cat looks like it's just lying there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like...
Slightly sedated. I do believe it got 2 fish for being so well behaved. As it mentioned. It's also my philosophy for victory. Fuck me.
We shall groom the strongest and nurture them. See,
yeah.
Said this earlier. It's all about grooming and. But how can you can't nurture? I mean, grooming and nurturing is very different to mistreatment, and
I would say it's
you mistreat for fear, and then you groom and you nurture for the trust.
It's terrifying those kids into doing it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's
but that's it. So you use these tactics for fear, and then you'll nurture and groom them for the trust level, so that they think that you have their best interests at heart.
Absolutely.
But the reality is, no.
Get in the hole, you bastard.
I've said that before.
Eesh. Wow.
I do feel slightly ill, and I feel like there may be a nightmare impending. So I'm probably going to have to take extra tramadol and diazepam tonight just to get to... Holy fuck! I know they're not really being shot, but it wouldn't fucking surprise me.
Yeah. And this is what I'm talking about earlier. Sorry, I was saying about how these movies, the guinea pig movies, things like that, they've always been, there's myths and legends that they've been real. There's snuff and all this kind of things. And quite some of these scenes were, that's a lovely clean shot, isn't it? Wow, I mean,
you can see that in like a
that restoration is beautiful on that. But
Empire of the Sun, that's what reminds me of.
Yes, actually, yeah. But yes, these kind of movies has always been talked about. Urban legends that there's snuff scenes in them, that these things, like that kid getting cut up and all that kind of, were real.
Well, they clearly had a real body for that purpose, but obviously that child actor was not killed on set.
Oh, no. No, definitely not.
This is the first one that we've watched that's actually made me feel genuinely actually a wee bit ill.
100%. And again, I do think that the second one is to be worse. I do believe it has to be the sort of the grosser of the 3 or 4. I know. I'm just going to do a quick battery check while we're talking here.
Yeah, battery check.
Because it would be a shame of it to cut out.
So they're preparing for the final pottery shell tests.
Oh,
they
yes.
are here.
Pottery shell. What do we got there? A little bit left.
It's something that I'm definitely going to research as biowarfare. Like, what stopped the biowarfare race? Like, you know, why did they kind of postpone that?
Would it be the...
Or is COVID biowarfare?
Well, I mean...
Conspiracy theories, do you know what I mean?
It kind of has been talked about.
Cancer, they've been curing they've been looking for a cure for cancer for 40 years, they've been looking for a cure for HIV for 30 years. COVID comes miraculously out of the fucking blue. Nobody knows what the hell it is, and within a year
Right.
we have a vaccine.
Exactly.
I don't know. Something fishy about it.
Something very fishy about it indeed.
Dr. Ishii, it was fishy.
Dr. Ishii was fishy. So this is the final straw. So I wonder, are they taking these? They're going to fly these bombs over, right? So
Still about half an hour left.
half an hour left. I don't know. Is the battery?
Are they?
gonna
But they're going
last?
to. They're flying it. Oh, are they flying this over the institute?
And then they're going to drop. They're going to drop. No, they're going to fly it over the country. I think.
Over the whole of
Not
the
over
whole
the
of China?
whole. No. Probably.
Of the Han
Yeah.
area?
Yeah.
Because it says everyone was Han Chinese, so it must be that district.
That particular area. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to the upper. Do you ever go to the upper?
No.
Do you know, talking about rats, I was looking out the window in work the other day, and there were 6 little ones, probably about the similar size,
Aww.
running out of the bush. They were quite cute. They were playing in the leaves. They were just minding their own business and nibbling on stuff. And I thought, how lovely.
Yeah.
One of them fell off the 6-foot wall, though, and I wanted to go out and help it, but my work colleagues were refusing to let me out just in case.
I can't refuse to let you out. What the fuck?
Anyway, they all ran into the corner, back into the bush.
Aww.
And one of the girls
I
I
do love
work
them
with,
honestly.
I was like, oh, they're all hiding. They're all the way in for some warmth. And one of the girls I worked with said to me, George, why don't you go and rattle the bush? I says, Anna, love, I haven't rattled the bush in 20 years. She was quite...
Not true. 16 years.
Gobsmacked.
16.
Why would it be 16?
Because your daughter's
18 in
Oh,
December?
well, 18 years,
All right,
Sammy.
18.
18 years.
Let me.
Fuck's sake.
19 at a push.
Aye, whatever. That's what she said.
Hello,
I can take
airport.
18, 19 at a
Yes,
push.
you
I don't
are.
know. Whatever.
See some of these scenes, you see the texture.
Yeah.
It seems to be on the white sky, right? It seems to be certain. Oh,
Do you know what this scene reminds me of? Do you know the scene in
Chicken
Rambo?
Run.
No.
Rambo.
Chicken Run, yeah. This reminds me of the beautiful animated film Chicken Run.
That guy could have actually pulled his cross out there.
This reminds me of the scene, you know, in Rambo 4? Where he's in, I can't remember exactly where he is, and they're
Mexico?
all running. No, that's the 5th one.
That's the 5th
The
one?
4th one is with Julie Benz, where they're in like Cambodia or something,
yes.
and they're running across the marsh, and they're all like shitting at them.
Great Sylvester Stallone
Yeah.
audio commentary on that release, by the
Oh
way.
really? I've never
Absolutely
listened to it, I must say.
Fantastic and worth
That movie
checking
is
out.
gory.
Yeah,
Gory.
it really is. But yes, it is a very good movie.
Yeah.
And yes, I
But
know
that's what that
you mean.
reminded
It
me
does,
of there, yeah. Kind of, ow. Just roll them all
did that
over
hurt
now.
you?
It did a wee bit. I felt
Now this is a
I'm
totally
taking
different...
empathy to a whole new level.
But this is a wholly different tone to the movie suddenly.
100? Yeah, 100.
100, yes.
yes,
800.
I meant
There's
100%.
100 men running. But there's a different feel to it now. Almost like an action movie.
No, this to me is a war movie now.
Well, war, yes, but it's that action side of a war movie.
Yeah.
So we've kind of almost, it's like the director's given us, as the audience, a breather from...
I'm not feeling breathless.
That's beautiful.
You know, that was a good shot.
Some of these are
I'm
really-
feeling tense and anxious.
Yeah, but some of these scenes are so clean.
Yeah, they're very, very clean, and they've done a beautiful job with the cinematography here.
Yes.
Like, fantastic.
Absolutely.
Where did all these flames come from? They haven't even set the bombs off yet, so where the fuck did all these flames come from?
They've just
They were just there.
there.
For cinematic effect. Looks
Well, it
great.
works though.
Yeah, it
because
does work. I
the
mean, it looks
flame
stunning.
is gorgeous.
Yeah. You know me, I do love a good explosion and a good fire.
You do like a good explosion.
I do.
You do. I didn't think we'd see any physical.
Ooh, fucking hell!
Jesus! Like he went fucking flying
He
there.
did, and I mean, that was not
You couldn't
a
have
stage
faked that.
stunt. No way.
No.
I mean, that looked, yes, a little bit more stunty, but that one there, it was like that guy accidentally turned the completely
Jeez.
wrong moment.
Oh.
They're pulling him. Oh, God.
Oh wow!
They're just driven over body.
They
parts
really
there.
are just going over anything and everyone.
Yeah.
Bloody hell! But no, you're right. Sorry, the cinematography
Cinematography's
has
phenomenal here.
shocked me.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be as cared for.
let's just run over this.
Like, I didn't think they would really take into consideration that this should be a beautiful movie.
No.
In the weirdest of ways.
In the most kind of
Oh, here we go.
Unorthodox kind of way, really.
Very much so. Yeah. Nice. The one kick we get of the movie. Again, that's what I say. I didn't expect there to be any physical sort of action as such, anything like that. There's another Chinese war trilogy called The Axis of War. It was released in the UK as The Axis of War. I have them up there. And it was quite similar in tone.
Sorry, what was it called?
Axis
of War. You said it was called Axis of War and it was released in the UK as The Axis of War. I was expecting you to do it like a different title there.
They have the Chinese titles. Night Raid,
we just killed one of his
things
own.
like that. But yes, Axis of War was shot around a similar time. And it does have that same feel to it. Definitely not as brutal or gritty, that's for sure. But also Chinese-made movies. So this is apart from its sequel, it's
35 meals.
I would say it's definitely one of a kind of that time period.
Yeah. Well, they didn't get to do their porcelain bomb experiments
because
they all kind of got away. So, well, they didn't get away. They all died in the end. But
oh,
good God.
Oh, he's hiding his wee friend. Not obviously not the.
Oh, he pretended that he shot him.
Yes. Shit.
This is dangerous.
It is dangerous, but I mean, wonderfully done with the kids. Being allowed to be that smart, being allowed to be so like.
They're certainly not being portrayed as dumb.
No.
Certainly not being portrayed as weak. Put it that way.
Absolutely not, which is wonderful. And again, not all villains.
Oh no. Oh, well.
Oh, fuck, I hope he doesn't get chopped.
I just having lots of people thrown on top of him here. Uncomfortable.
Look at that one. You see that one lay over the wooden block there? This guy loves his job, though, doesn't he?
He's living a fucking Rodgers and Hammerstein musical in his head, like, completely.
He's all, which arm will I take next?
Like Busby Berkeley. He's fully, like, going for it.
That looks kind of yummy. Right?
He thought he was going to audition for Pippin, and actually, they were like, yeah, do you know what, we'll run with it, because it works. It's working for us. And he's like, give my regards to Broadway, remember me to Harold Square. That's what that's what he's doing. He's like loving life.
Oh, what a nice character to have. See this doll in the background? I remember when I started working in the Japanese restaurant many moons ago, we had quite a few of them around, and I had never seen them anywhere else, only until my recent trip, obviously, to Japan. But this would be the first since then. Very expensive.
Are they, dear?
They were expensive.
I don't imagine they travel well.
They had a wonderful ninja one. It looked fucking phenomenal.
But would you actually trust who we flying with?
Qatar, and no,
would you trust? I was going to say,
no.
Would you trust Qatar with a porcelain doll in your back? I'd be like, this is
glass case.
This is fucking hand luggage, mate. This isn't going anywhere near your cargo bag. Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So this is around the time of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombs.
Yes.
He's just literally said, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is why they're wanting to take this to the next level and hurry this, because they feel like they're.
Because it wasn't too long after those.
And they're talking about they were talking there about retreating their soldiers, that they have to retreat the army,
exterminate all remaining
and destroy this whole facility. So here we go. So are they just going to use the porcelain bombs on this?
On their own facility?
We've got these bombs here, we might as well just get rid of it.
Oh, that was only 0.1.
All documents destroyed.
Yeah, but this is what I was questioning earlier. So we see these writings of the victims coming up. Was there, I wonder? Wow, they're all going to commit suicide.
Their families and dependents
are also to commit suicide back in the motherland.
Shit.
In other words, all evidence must be destroyed.
It clearly was not, because how did they get the information? Meaningless? I mean, is it? Because, don't you value honour so highly, regarded so highly?
But do you know what?
He's an all-good human being.
How does it affect their families back in Japan?
Well, telegram or whatever you're going to get to say, BTW.
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go and jump out a window.
Fuck. I mean,
Would you do it?
I wouldn't not away and fuck. I wouldn't. I'd be on the next plane out.
See, this is why I'd be dead way before this, because I'm so defiant.
Defiant.
But I would just be like, nah.
Also, most of their family have quite possibly, depending on where they're from, been wiped out by the A-bomb. So they don't know that.
No.
It's not like they're getting on to fucking WhatsApp and texting their families and saying, "Hey."
And it was such a it was a big thing with nuclear warfare that they weren't exactly sure how far that the contaminant would spread.
Well, that's
you
very
know,
true.
and that's you know, it's one of those things. So you can never be completely sure. You know, you bomb Hiroshima, you bomb Nagasaki. What else is going to be affected by that, and how far it's going to be affected? I know they did the tests and stuff, but you think about those places; they're extremely remote. They don't have hills to come up against. They're doing them in pretty flat areas, you know. So
exactly, it's just going to
that takes the geography will take into consideration how that spreads out.
But these guys who think they're unstoppable and in control of so much more have no idea what they're doing or what's going on in Japan with those bombs, you know.
They've no idea what's going on in Japan, probably, period, because they've been so hyper-focused on their own...
Well, their own wrongdoings. Oh, fuck.
It's like, bitch, you're not coming with me.
Absolutely not. The data is important.
He's smuggling the data out.
Yes.
Fuck. So this is how probably all this story continues. Got,
Mm-hmm.
And how names and things were allowed to, or were able to.
Well, there was, I mean, it was the same thing in Hitler's war, wasn't it? Whenever he had soldiers of his own that kind of went behind his back and wanted to get the truth out there and stop him. Imagine they'd mispronounced it and he said the dada is more important.
Yes, the dada's more important.
Being the daddy. But
no, you can't, sweetie.
You're a woman, you know nothing, it says.
Wow, misogynistic. Well, it's idiot. 2023 is no different, really, is it?
No, not particularly,
not quite.
No.
Say we're getting there, but are we?
Oh, no.
We're still living in a patriarchy.
Oh. Now, who's it important for? Is it important for him as a Japanese soldier? Is it important for history? For him to... Oh, I mean, if he's happy to do that to his wife, it must be... Oh, boy.
Nice shot, actually.
It was a lovely shot. I love that wee pose of the gun.
Yeah.
It's so, like, 60s, isn't it?
Well, you got to think about it. These people that have been working so hard, you can understand it's like, get rid of it because you don't want the enemy to get it, right? But you can understand for someone that's worked so hard why it's like, don't destroy this. You know, there must be a way of hiding it, of, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see, we sacrificed a great deal for the research. I mean, he's got this sense of like, we did so much. Like, you know, don't
destroy my work. Or our work.
Or our work. As horrific as it was.
But then again... What was that sound?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, right in the cheek. Fucking hell.
Right in the cheek.
Oh.
Just shit his wife, sure, really.
Yeah. Well, there we go. That's the end of him. I thought he was doing a good thing there. I was under the impression...
I thought that was maybe he was like,
I was under the impression that he was
I was
sneaking it out for...
I was trying to be like, you know...
Oh, fuck, they're releasing all the guys.
They're just letting it out. They're destroying the whole facility. So, I mean...
Well, it did open...
Isn't this is... What is amazing me is that we know all about Auschwitz, we know all about the German occupation and the treatment of the Jews, and this ongoing, you know, treatment. Well, I'm not even going to comment on it, but you know what I'm referring to currently going on.
Yeah.
This is a part of history I knew nothing
about.
Well, so no. What about Japanese concentration camps? I knew nothing about this.
Oh, I obviously haven't watched these movies for some time.
I mean,
not these particular ones.
Yeah.
But Asian cinema. Look at the babies
obviously,
in the jars.
Obviously, like Human Condition. There is that there where they go into the camps and stuff and whatever, but not to this extent. I really didn't know that this was something that went on, because obviously it's like the treatment of the Chinese. Why should that not be as equally important to history as the treatment of the Jews?
Absolutely.
You know, there's clearly a lot of people killed in these horrific experiments.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just 731. How many other squadrons were there?
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah. That weren't reported. That weren't kind of, made aware, that we were made aware as such that these things were going on, that these atrocities were going on. It's the focus is on 731. 731.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Clearly were the worst that was known about.
This is now starting to give me crazies.
Oh
vibes.
Yeah.
You know, Romero's crazy.
Yeah.
Where they're at the end, they're all fucking running through the thing with their hazmats on, and whoa, nice.
Funny.
Miniatures. I love the use of miniatures in movies. Fantastic.
Wow, that's not a miniature.
No, that's not a miniature, but these are. You can tell.
Where did the budget go?
Here it went. Love it.
Funny you're talking about the crazies. Lynn Laurie had liked one of my posts today on Instagram, but that I don't know if I ever told you that she was running.
Yes, yeah.
Lovely girl. Wonderful woman. Sorry,
she's great. I mean, such a great genre actress.
Crazies is a movie that I've seen get a new re-release lately, and something I should go back to pretty soon.
Has it been re-released at 4K?
Yeah, there's a 4K release. Yeah.
I don't know whether I'd fancy Crazies in 4K, because there's that kind of like
it needs a
grindhouse. Yeah,
yes.
It's got that grindhouse feel to it.
It absolutely does need a grittiness. There's certain movies that don't really work so cleaned up and restored. I feel they lose a touch. This has kept enough grittiness about it, and looks wonderful for the most part. Absolutely. Very good. I'm really excited to get into the next ones. Not tonight, obviously, but
here he's still chopping away at.
But this kid's still in there.
Yeah, these look like genuine corpses. Like, I'm convinced.
I think they're just going to set fire to them.
He's got to get out.
I mean, why would they? Yeah, why would he spend time chopping them up when the fuck he's away again? His wee red nose and all.
Don't take me away.
Oh, yep, that kid's still in there.
Is he?
The one that was fucking
no,
hell.
My God, they've literally lit 100 rats on fire for this film.
Wow,
this is so fucked.
This is so fucked. Rat in the hot tin roof.
Rat in the hot tin roof. Absolutely.
Yes.
Rat.
Look at that one. It was up into the camera.
Yeah. That is savage. That is actually really, really savage.
Isn't it? Gosh.
Because guess what? As humans, we have dominion, right? Or we think we do, so we can do whatever we want to things that are non-human.
That's it.
So why an idiot did anyone care if they threw a cat into a pit of rats and set them all on fire?
Covered in honey.
Yeah. Dead on, George. Oh no, he got out.
Woof. Well, thank the Lord. I mean, it's so fucking sad. Mm-hmm. These kids being put through that.
Because he's not one of you. I wonder if this is how the story got out, or
I mean,
this is an element of like this is how.
I would say that there's a number of these child soldiers that no doubt had to put that story out there. That they had to. It has to be for the history books. It has to be. I wouldn't say that there's a lot of adult soldiers would have admitted
have the same compassion
to what they would have done. Yeah.
Well, they clearly have no compassion whatsoever. Not even for their own people. So
nope.
You know, ordering them all to commit suicide.
I mean, this is right now. What we're watching here is actually going on outside.
It's like quite literally.
It is exactly.
It is like torrential.
It's pretty damn bad.
Yeah, we're having quite bad bouts of rain here.
Yeah.
5
But
days
it's
solid.
like, it's like that.
Flooding.
Yeah, I'm glad I live on a hill.
Yeah, me too. I live in a hill that's going down, but thank God there's more that goes down behind me. So it's like there's more dipping behind me. So the bottom of the properties all get flooded.
We just
the old
go
river.
to Tesco on the paddle boards tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. I mean, that is quite treacherous rain. I don't know, would that be you buy a rain machine? I mean, it's quite intense, right?
It's very very intense, right?
Like almost realistic.
But you
suppose that's the point.
Yeah.
It's been a brutal ride.
Wow.
But a very intense one at that.
Mm-hmm. It's a very somber ending,
isn't it? I don't think it's even close to over.
Is this the cyanide pill?
Let me see. Oh, it is close to over. With 10 minutes or so.
So hide your face, kid.
You talking to me?
Sorry, excuse me. So have they all gathered here to die?
Well, I mean, is this...
It's looking very likely.
The local airport?
It looks like a train station.
Yeah, I think they're just waiting on a way out, basically.
They're not going to get out, are they? Not all of them.
Wow. But if this is it, this is a very, very bleak end to it. Oh, wow.
Rain machine.
There we go. It's like Irish rain, isn't it? Just
It just comes and goes.
off and on. Uh-huh. Was she pregnant?
Can't tell.
No.
She is, yeah. Oh yeah, she's holding that, yeah. Oh, yep, she's...
Dr. Ishii's personal data is in the car.
Fucking
hell. Dr. Ishii's the one, her husband, obviously, who was pushing her about, and the one who got shot.
Dr. Ishii is the one that shot him.
That got shot in the cheek?
No, that was Takamura.
That was Takamura.
Yeah.
He's Dr. Ishii.
That's Ishii, yeah.
Yes. So many doctors. Dr. Death. I'm sure, I mean, no doubt you'll probably go and check, as you say, you want to check out
historical
a bit of
context.
history on this, and kind of, I think you'll be shocked to what you find out.
Possibly, yeah. I'm not going to do it at
Don't do it tonight. No, but I also think that there's believe it or not, for what we have seen here, quite a number of things have been watered down.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think there would even be a limit to a filmmaker of what
really
you could show. I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. They pushed that pretty far, George.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Bite that sock. Bite it.
Nobody's even. Her.
No, not a one. I wonder, is he gonna put her out of her misery?
I do that when I'm getting ready to fist someone. Get ready, boys.
Bring on the Dettol.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yes, this movie started with footage of their base.
All destroyed at the actual place.
Yeah. Which makes me wonder where the sequels are going to go.
Trust you will safeguard the secrets of this base and always remember this.
I have a funny feeling that...
No contact is allowed between squadron members. Wow.
Yeah, I have a funny feeling what the other movies are going to be are standalone sequels.
Oh, yeah.
Not connected.
No.
In terms of continuity, I think it's going to be what other things that Unit 731 have done.
Yeah. No.
Oh, for goodness sake. Oh. Fucking right.
Whoa, yeah, get a kid.
Hiya! Oh, come on.
He was so close to getting away.
Oh. Jeez Louise. He was so close.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Right in the neck.
My goodness. Battle of the Bone, anyone? Jesus wept. Wow. That was a bit of a shock. Whoa. Ugh. Dear, dear, dear.
Oh my...
Oh, gosh. I mean, I'm actually feeling...
Look at that shot.
I know.
That is... Oh, wow.
Isn't it?
Profound.
I'm actually feeling more for those kids than...
Yeah. Oh, she took the cyanide.
She took it after the baby came
Yeah.
out. Why would she do that to her baby?
Because...
Ah, that was harsh. That was harsh. And that look on that Japanese soldier, the kid soldier.
Face.
Wow. Fuck me. There they go.
There we go.
Look at the blood dripping off the flag at the back. Jesus. Oh, he was so close to getting away, wasn't he?
It was.
I'm glad he sliced that big fat soldier though. He was troublesome. That was the one they beat in the bath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nobody's attending that child whatsoever.
No. Look at it. It's still going. There's a wee
Is
flag.
that the child lying there?
No, what the? That's a massive child if it is.
It's like a baby.
15 trains used to transport retreating troops. The trains passed through Andong, China, and arrived at Busan, Korea.
Squadron
Busan.
members took a boat from Busan, Korea, and arrived at such Japanese ports as Sasebo. Yeah, blah blah blah.
It's going fast.
Ishishiro returned to Japan and stayed at the Tokyo Hotel
Shinjuku.
of Wakamatsu and
Oh, that's like that was close to our hotel.
After Ishishiro left Tokyo and returned home to Chiba. Perfect.
Oh,
Ah!
go,
Let's go
next
so fast.
one.
Ishishiro.
Reached an agreement with Americans for immunity from war crimes and prosecution. The
course they
experiment
fucking
results to the Americans. Epidemic of bubonic plague, Black Death erupted in Pingfang, harbouring from the... Oh my god.
Carrying planes left behind from the 731 Squadron. Oh
Yes,
my god.
the Americans informed the Russians that they were responsible, so they for nothing of the trials. Ishishiro reprieved and
He went missing.
Bacterial weapons appeared on the Korean battlefields. And in 1959, Ishiro
died of illness in
Died of
Chiba
illness.
Prefecture. Other members of the squadron were scattered all over Japan.
not a single survivor of the experiments conducted. With 3,000 victims, Chinese, Korean, Russian, and other nationals.
Wow.
Holy Jesus, that was the fastest writing I've ever
Dedicated to the victims of biological warfare program.
Signed the director. Well, there
Because
you go.
you know what?
Tell
Actually, it was less exploitation,
Absolutely.
and it was as horrifying as that was, and I can understand why people would think that it was an exploitation film
But
because of it.
listen.
But complete
Nothing.
silence.
Look at that shot and just silence. It's not finishing with a fanfare or a closing score of any fucking upbeat tune. That
No.
is just the perfect ending.
That maybe surprised me.
Yeah, I did not expect it. I expected sleaze and gore.
I
and
expected like
messy.
what was the first one we watched again that I hated?
Ebola syndrome?
Oh god. Because it was horror. It was like
Yeah,
really just
yeah.
ugh. This was harrowing.
That was
To
harrowing.
say the very least.
That actually has given me feelings I don't think I've had. I don't want to say
Watching it
ever,
long,
but I don't think I've had in a time that I can remember watching something. Absolutely.
I mean, it was emotional, intense. I felt it.
Yeah.
It was there. And the end.
The end. Wonderful. Wow. Wow. Okay. Well, there we are.
I literally had my blood ran cold through that film. That was
something
quite
else.
wonderful.
Absolutely. So next week, part 2.
I think so. And I'm just imagining that I'm going to be violently ill. Because knowing Godfrey, not personally, but just his movies, I know that this is going to up to 10.
I think so. I absolutely think so.
I mean, that was 10. They're going to amp it up to 11.
That was pretty incredible there.
This is the first time we've gone over an actual ending of a movie to talk about it.
We have to, though. And why not? I mean... Out now from Massacre Video, please.
I have to say,
get your hands on it. There's an interview on here with the director, which I'm kind of interested to see.
Yeah, I have to say that's misleading.
Absolutely.
This is misleading. This makes it look like
a horror movie.
A horror film,
Yeah.
like a real cat
Definitely
film.
wasn't.
There was so much more to this
100%.
than what I ever expected.
100%. I didn't think there would be it would be as well made.
No. And some beautiful cinematography in there.
Absolutely.
Some gorgeous cinematography. So
yeah.
wow.
Beautiful.
What a choice, George.
Thank you,
very,
sir.
very
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
And thank you all if you're still here. Thank you for watching. Yes, next week, part 2 follows up, Laboratory of the Devil, directed by Godfrey Ho. Let's see if...
ho, ho, ho. Just in time for Christmas.
Let's see if we can handle that one.
Oh, God. We'll see.
Anyway, I'm George Clark from Invincible Asia, and this is Mark from...
The Fan Addict.
The Fan Addict. Get on there, find him, and yes, we will see you next week.
Yeah.
So thank you once again for watching another video here on Invincible Asia. Don't forget you can check out hundreds of others here on the channel. You can also show your continued support by heading over to my new merch store or by checking out invincibleasia.com, where you can read my full movie reviews and follow me on Instagram @InvincibleAsia. Until next time though, enjoy your Kung Fu and I will see you soon.